For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Outlaws Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a bit of a review of a brand new product from Vango. So this here is the Vango Stargrove. Stargrove was actually in the collection for 2019, but carries on into 2020 season with a new size introduced and a few tweaks here or there. So first and foremost, this is the 450 size, which in my opinion is going to be the most popular size in comparison to the 600 XL they did in 2019. The reason I say this actually is because it's a great mixture of being small, compact, great headroom, and a great sort of just position in terms of the amount of space you've got in each single area. This is perfect, I would say, for couples or small families who don't want them to sort of maybe expend too much money. Perfect scenario for a first tent. The 600 XL is also going to be very popular as well, especially with the ability to sleep that extra few at the back. But there's also one I'd probably have a look at, the Vango Madison, which is very similar price to the Stargrove 600, but maybe a little bit better on the spec. So check out that video why that's still in stock. Generally, this is in Vango's Sentinel Experience range and uses their Sentinel Active fabric. So it's a really nice 3000ml waterproof rated, runs about 62 grams a square meter. But you know, basically what Vango have kind of done is give you a cracking tent, great spec with the core things you need at a great price point. And I think, to be fair, it looks sharp. It looks really sharp. Generally, you've got nice big clear, diamond clear windows to get plenty of light inside. And then you've also got curtains, certainly in the main body, in the main windows as you can see it. A great big door, and as you can probably see through the side here, black, it's really some nice dark nightfall bedrooms. We'll go through the tent and sort of work our way through. So you've got things simple as points as, obviously all the poles are color coordinated. So the 1, 2, 3, the 3 main poles you got in the front are just clear black, and you can see our own Outlaws pitching and packing video, how quick and easy it was for myself to pitch it on my own. I was surprised actually, it only took me about sort of 11 minutes, 12, 11 minutes to pitch this thing on my own. I mean, the 6th person would be a little bit more. But the thing is, at the back pole, you can identify that this is shorter by there's a little tab located here. And there's a grey section in the pole, which makes it really easy when you've got the poles in a big bunch, you know what's going where and can thread it accordingly. Obviously, luminous guy ropes really help to stop being a massive trip hazards, firstly, when you come back in the middle of the night with a torch. And then you've got things like just simple clip points to allow you to attach on and bring that material nice and close. And because you've got, obviously, the sleeve starts up here, it makes it much easier to thread it through and bend it into position and then go into the ringing pin at the bottoms. You also got a very upright position, which gives you great interior height. So you can see that's very much vertical. Whereas you see sort of maybe other tents or cheaper tents on the market, sometimes they're just a gradual arc, and that really sort of hinders your internal living space on the inside because you feel like you're sort of boxed in. Whereas this, you know, great headroom height. I'm about 6'2", and you can see kind of how that fares against me. Because it's kind of a free zone, so you've got a sleeping living area, and then obviously an enclosed canopy area at the front. It's very versatile. The front door itself can be put into 2 positions. You obviously, well, 3. You know, fully shut. What you can also do is then unzip that, bring it back halfway, roll it up, and there's a toggle point there. Alternatively, open it up to have one big nice open canopy. There's actually kind of 2 zip runners. There's 2 zip runners on the front door as well, which means that if you want to get a bit of circulation there, but say stop sort of the kids or something getting out, you can open it up, give yourself a little bit more circulation. So if it's a windy day, you want that sort of bit more flow. That works really nicely as well, and you can sort of use that to your own discretion. The side door, yet again, is really quite nice because not only is it a great big width on the side, but by opening it up, yet again, you've got a really good airflow. The side door, yet again, has a toggle up and toggle down system, so you can actually create a sort of trip-free, hazardous in and out of the tent. Certainly with younger kids, that's a big bonus. And the side door also doubles up to create a little mini canopy if you want to as well. So you can buy some additional king poles and bring that up to just give you a bit more shelter. In fact, I've got some poles here. So some king poles like this. Obviously you would need some additional guide ropes, but there's pre-sewn eyelets that means you can actually, just going to stay up, probably not. But that, by that and that, you see there with guidlets, that's will really create a bit extra living area and just give you that bit more sheltered room in and out of the actual sort of tent itself. And again, you've got literally 2 toggle points, so you can actually roll that door up quite nice and neatly and just kind of keep it at bay as we did. Alternatively, zip it up and get that level of enclosure. So let's just quickly tidy that up. Located on the door as well is kind of 2 toggle points. 2 toggle points exactly where these actual toggles are to put this up. What this does, it goes through the eyelets here, and again really helps give you a nice seal. Because that sort of lip goes down and up, it just gives you that extra bit more flexibility, but also that versatility as well. But I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll head in the inside of the actual tent and talk through a few more features that Stargrove has to offer. So now inside of Stargrove, you can see the great amount of depth you've got in a canopy section. And that really comes benefit for when you want to have those sort of wet days. You just want that extra bit of storage spare. You can actually take off your wet stuff, store it here as and when you want to. There is additional footprint you can buy, which comes in 2 parts. One for the main body and then one for the additional area at the front here. So you can chop and change and have it as up and down as you want to. And because you can put that side door in, you can almost kind of have the ground sheet in half, have one side ground sheeted and the other side not. Personally, I would never really put a ground sheet down this area, just because if it's raining and you have the door open, rain can just soak straight into the grass rather than collect on the ground sheet. Same if you're cooking, you spill a bit of fat or something like that, it soaks into the grass, doesn't damage any of the material. 2 nice big windows on the side either way, and then you've got curtain located on here, so to kind of get that level of privacy when you want to. Now with all the curtains that are situated in the actual tent, you've got 2 positions, so they toggle up, so you can quite happily it's got a little retainer at the bottom, so that just unravels. You can either put it halfway or pull it fully up as well. That way you just get a really nice coverage and that extra level of privacy, and it just toggles it back quite nicely. The windows material used on this is a slightly bit different to what they've used in previous years, and it's a bit more pliable. It means that you get a bit more durability out of it as well. Moving on into the sort of living area, the divisional door, you've got a solid door as you can see here, but you've also got a really nice big mesh door. So that allows plenty of circulation from day up to day when it's a bit warm, and you want that little bit more airflow without having the bugs coming in. That's a great benefit. So again, you've got a toggle point which you can go and just tidy that back. Just go kind of do a bit of a rush job for the time being. Yet again, also what you find is you've got window panels in here with mesh yet again to help that circulation of air. And you've got the option of material curtains, so you can get that privacy when you want to. Or saying if you're cooking, stopping all that sort of carbon dioxide coming forward and in. Like I said on the outside, the thing about this is great interior height. It's only about 3 meters wide, which makes it a perfect sort of 4-berth tunnel tent. And when we say 4-berth, it's kind of what they call 450. So it's a larger space per person in the sleeping compartment. So what you're looking at the back here is actually a 140, which gives you 70 centimeters per person, which is brilliant. Yeah, can you see the darkened bedrooms? You want me to throw that? Okay. The darkened bedrooms really help to get a better night's sleep. It's Vango's nightfall bedroom, so it's a great sort of darkness, but hopefully means you won't get the crack of dawn every morning. You've got things like storage pockets inside the actual inner tent, just located down the bottom here, just to give you that extra bit of, things you can store things away, or if you want to put your sort of like a phone or torch in the middle of the night so you haven't got to work out where it is, you know where it's quite happily put. There's a divider supplied with the actual bedroom as well, and it's kind of like a toggle divider, so you can open up and have it as one big 4-berth if you want it to be a nice couples, or if you want it to be, kids away from the adults, that works quite nicely as well. You've got a cable entry point located down the bottom here, so it means you have your mains hook up without having to leave the sort of side open the whole time. And yet again, hanging point for lantern. Little Velcro tabs are located along top, leading down to that cable entry point, so you can have a lantern happily there, or a flexible saber light system, for example, in there, no problem at all. You also got Vango's TPS system, so it stands for tension band. Now this is basically like an internal bracing inside of the tent, which you can use to your own discretion. In all honesty, about probably 95% of people never really use it, but it's there to use it as you want to. What it does, it creates almost like a triangular formation from the top of the tent down through the sides and gives you that a bit more rigidity. You just want it kind of loose, not particularly over tight, otherwise you'd sort of disform the tent. But it just means that if you have wind coming from this side, that point there tensions it and gives it much more strength against all of those elements. The flat doorway in and out also has the option of toggling up. So yet again, it means you haven't got any trip hazards even coming on the front door or on the side door like we saw earlier. Overall, I think this is going to be a great tent. I think, like we said previously, it's going to be one that's probably more popular with the 450 than it is the 600, but everything I've mentioned thus far is the same with both models. By all means, check the link below to our website when we've got more information about the product, and also check out our own pitching video on this model, as well as when we packed it away sort of single-handedly as well. One last thing I will mention, the fact that they do an inflatable version of this, so you can buy an air version. So you like the style, but you want something that bit more rigid or maybe a bit more ease in putting it up, then check out that model as well. We've got our own tutorial video. We also will have this model on display in our indoor showroom in Gloucestershire, so you can always come and check it out. And we have the 600 model in the air, so you can actually check the 4 and the 6 and the air versions both, so you can also compare and contrast, so see what really fits your bill. But really positive model. Certainly I like a lot of the features built into tent. I'll quickly grab the camera so I'll quickly little talk through and let's go. So it looks really smart. You've obviously got the curtain windows there. The bedroom section, which is really quite nice and dark, with your toggle dividers, so you can see how kind of what you're looking at, and it's obviously quite bright today. Your TPS system, and then through the side door, a great sort of depth on the canopy. But yeah, I think overall, again, you can see the cable entry points down the bottom. So you've got not only one on the side, but you've also got one on the front down there as well. Obviously, the curtains are very much got a lot of condensation in them at the moment, but it kind of gives you a bit more of an idea. And then the mesh panels all the way through the tent. But overall, great model, easy to pitch, good, very good value for money. And like I said, I think it's going to be a really winner for the 2020 season going forward. So that's our video review on the Stargrove II, 450 and the 600 XL.